Alright, I'm filming another video today because I've got the energy to talk to a screen. Hi everyone, my name is Maddie and welcome back to my channel, or thanks for joining us if we're new here. Today I thought it would be kind of fun to do some Buzzfeed quizzes. They're all going to be bookish themed, and yeah, we're just going to roll with that and see what happens. So the first half of my video didn't save, so now I have to go back and do commentary part 2. So, here we go. So the first one that I'm going to do is we'll give you a book recommendation if you tell us 6 things about yourself. A lot of these ones that I do book recommendations for, I find that I end up having already read the book, so we'll see if that case is here. First one is your zodiac sign, which I'm a Gemini. Which one of these bookshelves speak to you? I'm gonna pick the tree one because I kind of have one like that at home that my brother built for me. Choose a place on the internet you frequent. Tumblr. I live on Tumblr. This is giving me deja vu filming this again. Pick one of these animals. Okay, this one is impossible because all of these animals are adorable and I can't pick one. But I think I'm gonna go with the otter, which makes me very sad because red pandas are so cute, and fennec foxes too. If you look at the fennec fox, they have these like massive ears which are adorable. Pick something you love about fall. Fall is my favorite season. Crunchy leaves, like that swishing when you walk through them, is wonderful, but I'm gonna go with apple cider. Finally, pick a color. See, I want to pick blue, even though red is my favorite color. Do you ever find that with these quizzes? You just want to like impulsively pick something that's not you? Catherine House by Elizabeth Thomas. Hidden in the woods of rural Pennsylvania lies Catherine House, a wildly selective school with experimental curriculum that has churned out some of the world's best minds, but acceptance means 3 years shut off from the outside world in exchange for the prestige awarded upon graduation. Innes enters into this world trading her party nights for academic discipline, but she quickly begins to suspect the school's hiding dangerous agendas. I've actually never heard of this book before, so maybe I'll have to throw it on my TBR. Maybe one day I'll do a video that's just me reading books that Buzzfeed recommended. Okay, so the next quiz we're going to do is which book perfectly matches your personality? I hope I get Perks of Being a Wallflower. That would be lovely. Hot chocolate. I drink more tea, but hot chocolate's my favorite beverage. Something to snack on. See, like, this is another weird impulsive one. I want to pick pretzels, but, like, I never eat them. I think I'm gonna go with cookies, especially, like, warm, homemade cookies fresh out of the oven that's a good snack. Pick a creative way to store your books. Again, the tree one. Come on, Buzzfeed. Think of more interesting questions. Stop using the same ones. Pick a cozy bed to snuggle into. I like this one with the shelves and the fairy lights. I feel like fairy lights are a very basic thing in college dorms. I had them, but they aren't bright enough, so maybe I need to get some real Christmas lights. Okay, pick a word to describe yourself. I'm gonna go with creative. Pick a watercolor background. We'll go with this one. I just like the colors. Pick a puppy. What are these with cute animals and making you choose? Border Collie. 50 Shades of Grey. You like to live life a little dangerously sometimes, and that means being open to trying new things. Just like this divisive book, your choices, opinions, and general outspokenness can gain a lot of attention, but honestly you couldn't care less, because what matters most is being true to yourself. Okay, Buzzfeed. Giving 50 Shades of Grey to the asexual who has no interest in sex. Great job. I also don't know why they think that I'm so confident, and then they compare that to Christian Grey. Like, I don't understand where that idea comes from at all. I guess they say that I like to be true to myself, but like, I don't know if that's true. Like, I have a hard time saying no to people. If someone asks me to do something, I'll be like, sure. Or they want to go out to a restaurant I don't really like, I'm always like, okay, I guess I can find something I can eat there. So BuzzFeed has too much faith in me. Let's do this one. Your reading habits will reveal your exact age and a book character that fits your personality. Alright, BuzzFeed, I'd like to see what you know about me. What types of books do you like to read? Why? Thriller, mystery, suspense, romance, nonfiction, memoir, poetry. A little bit of everything. I feel like I read a little bit of everything. Which format do you typically use to read? A lot of these. I think hardcover is my favorite, but like an app on my phone. Who reads on your phone? Like, I'm sorry, I'm judging you if you do. That screen's so tiny, it's so difficult. I cannot. But I read with an e-reader, paperback, library book, but we're gonna go with hardcover because I think that's my favorite type to read with. What genre best fits your personality? Contemporary. I feel like I'm a character-driven story. How do you organize your books? Alphabetically by author, by title, by cover. I like when people organize them by color, but I couldn't do it because I don't like when the books aren't all the same height. I do tend to group favorites together, group books together in a certain way, but I think I'm going to go with a weird order that makes sense only to me, because I feel like when someone comes across my bookshelf, they're not going to be able to understand it without doing a little bit of a Sherlock Holmes investigation before figuring it out. Okay, finally, how many books do you read in a year? Last year I read over 100. I'm 31. According to this, so that's off by 10 years because I'm going to be 21 this year, and the character that fits my personality is Elizabeth Bennet from Pride and Prejudice. You're headstrong, focused, and goal-oriented, while you're introverted and would rather stay home with a good book, TV show. You enjoy the occasional social function. You attract people who are just as witty as you, and who can keep up with your busy life. If they can't, they're a loss. Actually, I haven't read Pride and Prejudice. I read my first Jane Austen last year, I think, which was Sense and Sensibility. But I have seen the Keira Knightley movie, which is what they're showing here. It wasn't really my favorite. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I don't like romance. Or like, I like certain romances, but I don't know particularly which one it is that I enjoy. Like, I do read the Carry On series, and I love it, but I don't know what it is that makes some romance more believable for me than other romance. I think Buzzfeed thinks I'm a lot more confident than I am, so I don't know. Maybe I just need to be more outspoken in my everyday life. At least they said I'm introverted. Otherwise, I was going to be a little annoyed. Okay, this says choose some YA books, and we're going to reveal a deep truth about you. Let's get deep, Buzzfeed. Read my mind. Pick a fantasy book series. I can't pick Harry Potter because J.K. Rowling is a fucking turf. And as much as I'm still in the fandom, I find it hard to support her even by clicking on it in a BuzzFeed series. Oh no, but all the other options are... Okay. Doing this, but not because I support turfs, just because I haven't read the Percy Jackson series. I found it really hard to get into. I've read one of the City of Bones books, and I don't like Twilight. So, I hate this. This is destroying my mortals. BuzzFeed is causing me to crumble. Pick a book that will make you cry. Percy and the Wallflower, all the way, one of my favorite books. Also, don't compare Percy and the Wallflower to The Fault in Our Stars. I'm sorry. No, don't do that to my book. Pick a classic book. Catcher in the Rye, I hated that book. I hated it. Holden Caulfield can go find his fucking ducks on his own, honestly. Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret? Why do we give that to every girl? Like, what is with we must increase our bust by, like, pushing your boobs up? Like, what is... No one needs that. That's not the confidence that women need when they're going through puberty. Please stop giving that book to your daughters. The Outsiders, which I just read, which is one of my mom's favorites, but I'm going to go with Holes because that book has a special place in my heart. Pick a book from the last 10 years, The Hate You Give, Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Ponta, Dumpling, or Eleanor and Park. Dumpling's the only one that I haven't read. I didn't like Eleanor and Park, and there's lots of issues with it race-wise, which is frustrating and exhausting that in this day and age people can't do proper research. I didn't mind Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda, but I like to love Simon more. Shoot me. But I'm gonna go with The Hate You Give, because that was definitely my favorite of these four. Pick a dystopian book. Oh, The Giver. Like, I don't even... Divergent and Hunger Games aren't even on the same level as The Giver. Don't even try. Pick a romance book. The only one I read, All the Bright Places, which, sure, call that book a romance, but it's a lot of other things too. That's kind of shitty to put it in that box. Pick one final book. I've only read 2 of these. I've been meaning to read To Kill a Mockingbird because it's my aunt's favorite book. She reads it every summer. I've never heard of The Clique. I read The Sisterhood of Traveling Pants years ago. I was like really young when I read it. I read it before I moved, so it must have been under 10, but I enjoyed it. But I'm going to go with Bridge to Terabithia because that book ruins everyone. You appear confident, but you're actually insecure. Oh, okay. There we go. After telling me I'm confident for 3 quizzes, BuzzFeed's finally got to the core of the issue here. On the outside, you look like you have it all. You always stand tall and proud, but once you're alone, the insecurity really sets in. Constantly compare yourselves to others and come down hard on yourself for the smallest of mistakes. BuzzFeed's going hard. They weren't lying when they're like, let me psychoanalyze you through your books. What characters do you project on and why? Let me just dig into your brain a bit. You have a lot to author, and it'd be a shame if you let self-consciousness keep you from living your life to the fullest. Aw, well that was actually wholesome and fairly accurate. So I guess third time's the charm for BuzzFeed? They finally figured it out? They finally realized, oh wait, she's not 50 Shades of Grey. She's not Christian Grey. She's instead trying to be confident, but dying on the inside. Alright, let's do one more. Ooh. Let's do a guessing one. This is kind of different, but I think this will be fun. Can you guess the famous book from the last line? This is bullshit. I hate when they do this and they're like, this is hard, and then it's the scar had not pained Harry for 19 years, all was well. Deathly Hallows. Why is that difficult? He turned out the light and went into Jem's room. Well, it's Jem, so that's To Kill a Mockingbird. Okay, we're gonna see how little of these I can read by figuring it out. Tomorrow, I'll think of some way to get him back. After all, tomorrow is another day. I think that's Gone with the Wind. I haven't even read that book. But I reckon I got the light out of the territory ahead of the rest because Aunt Sally, she's gonna adopt me and civilize me? And I can't stand it. I've been there too. Okay, that's definitely... Oh, wrong Mark Twain. The man in black fled across the desert and the gunslinger followed. Well, it's definitely The Gunslinger, but it's the Dark Tower series. The Gunslinger is the first book in the Stephen King series, so I'm gonna go with The Gunslinger. Nope, it's the Dark Tower. Well, I had the series right. It is a far, far better thing that I do than I have ever done. Oh, that's Great Expectations, isn't it? Oh, fuck. Okay, never mind. I was too cocky at the beginning of this quiz. Then shouldering their burdens, they set off down into the land of shadow. Okay, I don't think that's the Return of the King. I'm gonna go with The Fellowship. Oh, there we go. I actually haven't finished that series. That's on my TBR list. He loved Big Brother's 1984. Miss Honey. Well, I don't even have to read the rest. That's Matilda. I love Roald Dahl. Maybe I should do a video on Roald Dahl books. Don't ever tell anybody anything. If you do, you start missing everybody. I think that's The Catcher in the Rye. How did I know? Why is that book so big? Later on, he'll understand how some men so loved her that they did... Oh. It's Dracula. I just read that book, so that's, like, fresh in my mind. But wherever they go, oh... Do you like that I didn't even finishing it, and I'm already emotional? The House of Pooh Corner. Wait. No, is The House of Pooh Corner the first book? Oh god, no. Okay, good. I couldn't remember whether Winnie Pooh or The House of Pooh Corner was first, and I cry like a child every time I read the end of this book. It, like, rips my heart out that Christopher Robin's just like, I don't get to be a kid anymore. I have to live in the adult world, and it makes me so sad. And I would have cried if I didn't get that right. Last note from your narrator. I am haunted by humans. Let's not Perks being a wallflower. Book thief? I've tried to read this book like 12 times, and I've never been able to finish it. Should I try again? Let me know. Leave me a comment, because I know people love it, and I don't know why, but I get deja vu when I read it because I've read it so many times. He was soon borne away by the waves and lost in the darkness and distance. I think that's Frankenstein. Yeah. Look at me. 11 out of 14! Almighty nerd. Hail thee, the almighty word. You don't read books, you devour them. You're so erudite that people call you a treasure trove of stories. Keep illuminating the world with your wisdom. So yeah. I think I'm going to leave it there for today. This was kind of fun. I had fun doing this. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want me to do more, maybe I can split it up and do some personality ones, and then do some trivia ones, and test my book knowledge. I think that would be kind of fun. If you have any other suggestions for quizzes, things you'd like me to do, feel free to leave a comment down below. Otherwise, as always, my Goodreads and art Instagram are down below. Make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you can see when I do new videos. Thanks so much for watching and for coming on this journey with me.